Yo, Nothing's Normal podcast. You here with your host, Spittings. This episode here is special for me, man. I got two of my close friends here, man. Man, I could go on for days, but let's get right into it, man. I want to introduce these brothers. These two brothers of mine are entrepreneurs. They both got brands. Shout out to the whole GBA as a family. You know, we got the family GBA, and then we got the brand. We got Brody right here. He got two brands out. He got a few brands. I'm going to let them do the talking, let them do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get the light, extra light on my boy right here, man. Make sure y'all can see my guy. Lord have mercy. But, state your name, what you claim, where you from. Give them some background on you, how you came up with GBA as far as the brand, and what sparked it, and what was your motivation for it, and, with the meaning, the symbol. Run the store, Brody.
Hey man, my name Tailz, man. I'm from Greenburg, of course, 33 to be exact. You know what I'm saying?
Was born in that building.
Yeah, I was born in that building. GBA, started out as a group of friends. We was running the streets, having fun. Terrorizing. Having fun though. But the brand came about, to be specifically honest. This is when I was kind of in my little wrongdoing. So in 2015, I came up with an LLC. You know what I mean? And Grind Build Achieve. I think he might.
I came up with Grind Build
Yeah,
Achieve.
Ratch.
Sure was it Ice?
I was me. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
I think Ratch.
I always thought it was Ice.
Nah,
I don't
Grind
know.
Shout out
Build
to
Achieve
bro.
was me.
That's one of the founders.
Yeah, so he came up with the name the other name for us, because the first name was Guilty by Association. You know what I'm saying?
We ran through a lot of
couple
different names.
names,
Yeah.
but,
We're gonna say that
on
for
camera.
Federal.
Yeah, Guilty by Association, and I think and Lil Bro came up with Grind Build Achieve. So I'm like, oh damn, alright, boom. So I LLC'd that in 2015. I graduated college in 2016 and went right to the feds.
Yeah.
Boom.
What a present.
Yeah.
What a trip to make. Yeah.
I went right to the feds right after I graduated. When I came home, I was like, damn, I can't,
Yeah.
It's like I really had to do something different. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start it up, and I really, put all my focus into it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how GBA came about. A little short story for sure.
Because bro, one thing I can say about these two guys, between the two of us, I probably held more jobs than them combined. They're not really with the 9-to-5 thing. That's not really their thing. His last job, I could tell you, was at the center camp somewhere way back in 06, and bro had a
My first job was my only job.
So now, shout out to GBA. You can let them know where to get the merch, man. Let them know what's going on.
For sure. You could, there's a couple places you could get it.
You can run up on one of us safely and kindly with your hands down and with manners, and we might have some of that stuff in the trunk for you. But let them know formally the professional way. How can they professionally get a hold of some of these garments, man? Y'all see what's going on, man.
For sure. You can get that grindbuildachieve.com. You know what I'm saying? It's a new logo right here. Statue, I feel like we are who we are, so that's why I did the statue. But yeah, you can get it at grindbuildachieve.com. You can get it on my Instagram too. All you gotta do is click it, and you can just purchase it right through the gram.
Give them your gram for those that don't know.
Yeah, grindbuildachieve_apparel. You can get it from both those outlets and shit.
Yeah, support. All right, bro, we're gonna get back to you in a minute.
Come on, y'all know what's going on, man. Rich, Ratch, whatever you want to call me, I'm here. Long story short, I got a couple brands I'm going to run through, but I'm going to just focus on my online store, and I'm going to focus on my breeding program. Long story short, the online store was a stepping stone to my breeding program. I'm into French Bulldogs. That's my dog of choice. Long story short, I'm into producing quality show and breeder quality dogs. But I didn't just want to jump into that without first having any outlet. So me and my lady, which is my business partner in pretty much all my ventures, me and my lady came together, put some money up, and we started an online store, which is 28 Paws of Power. You can find that on 28pawsofpower.store. You can also find that on 28 Paws of Power on Instagram and on Facebook. You can shop via Instagram, Facebook, or the actual website. So now, we originally, throughout the time that I did, I came home, I met her, she was already in to the French Bulldogs. When I came home, my first mission was to get into the personal training. You know, that was my first job. That was the first job I was speaking about. So anyway, I came home, I did what I had to do in the first 5 months, got my certification.
Yeah. He was gold chasing.
That was a stepping stone.
You ran right down on the times, man.
Yeah.
You ran right down on
You know what I'm saying? So
ran
long
right down
story
on
short, I did the certification. Once I was done with that, it was time for the next step. So originally, I was thinking about dealing with bullies, possible American Bulldogs. But when I got with my lady, she was into the French Bulldogs. I ended up falling in love with the breed, ended up figuring out what was going on with the breed, the potential, the income. And I said, you know what, since you already into this and we already have one, let's go get a couple more. And that's what we did, and everything took off.
Let them know about French America, man.
All right, so French America.
Get into French America.
Yeah, French America Farms.
It's
That's the breeding program. Wow. Like I said, so first and foremost, you know, shout out to my missus. We do everything together. So now I usually come up with the names, and I usually handle a lot of the behind the scenes work. Right now we got a couple breeders coming up off my boy. You know, he's open for stud. Yeah, the head honcho. He's open for stud.
What up, Neff?
Then I got a couple breedings coming up next year off my girl once she ready.
Right.
So,
Buttercup.
That's Buttercup. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what's going on with that.
Okay, so y'all see what's going on, man. Back to bro. One thing I want to talk about is I think you two are the perfect candidates, and because my conversation, we all about direct dialogue here.
Right.
Nothing's normal. Just to give y'all a little background on that, we all come from different walks of life. We all had different paths. We all got different interests, different hobbies. We into different types of ladies. We into different things, but that's okay because we got to learn how to coexist. So the whole ideology behind nothing's normal is what he's into might not be what I'm into, and what I'm into might not be what he's into, and vice versa with bro. But we find ways to coexist. As long as I don't oppress my beliefs on him and vice versa, we fine. Live and let live. Nothing's normal. You go into a situation like nothing's normal, it'll help you not look at people like they're abnormal, because everybody's structure, mental, mind, body, and soul is different. So you got 3 totally different gentlemen, because I got a brand too, Steel Hands Boxing.
Right.
We all got 3 totally different brands, but it's one goal, it's one mindset, and it's one team. It's one team. He a player, he a star player in his lane, on his team. We coaches, actually. Let me get out of player mode. We coaches. He a coach for his team, I'm a coach for my team. He a coach for his team. And even the bros who's not here, and we all collectively come together. So that's where I was at with it when I came up with the whole idea of nothing's normal. We gotta really stop being so judgmental and really give ourselves time to understand what's going on. Give somebody a chance to explain to them. Right, it's different perspectives. And if it's that perspective is for you, cool. If not, it's good. But I want to get into it with these 2 gentlemen, starting with you, bro. I want us to go over like adversity. You know what I'm saying? You somebody, I knew you my whole entire life. You've been through a lot of adversity, and same thing with him. I knew him for most of his life. Y'all adversity, I got a saying, if we turn pain into hunger, we all be rich. It's a lot of pain sitting between the 3 of us. We've been through a lot of things, but that never stopped us from doing what we got to do, and that's not going to stop us from doing what we about to do. So as far as your adversity, I want you to, dig into your past as far as what events changed you forever and what your motivation is. I know you, so I damn near can name a few things off that list. But, when you found out, like, you know what, it's time for me to get focused and change my life.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess after I came home from this Fed bit, it's like, all right, damn, like, I know my next one, they gonna smoke my boots.
Even beyond, before this, even when you was a kid, it could have been an event when you was a child, anything that happened that made you say, oh, life real.
Oh, damn, bro, it's like, me, I was always, like, in my own world, so it's like shit could be bad, but I always find a way to, like, smile or, like, get through some shit, like,
right.
You know what I mean? But I do use certain events to motivate me, like like
we
some
gotta
negative.
explain to the youth
Yeah.
like some different tips. So cause
Yeah, for sure.
we
We need to know
overqualified when it comes
Yeah.
to the stuff that these people glorify.
Yeah.
But now we got to show them a different way, different outlet. So
Yeah.
give them the
I'm getting
events
all
and
that, like certain negative, like it was certain times like an event could take place and that could motivate me to be something great, but be something great negative. Like my first day bid, I was up there thinking like, yo, watch, I'm gonna come home and take the hood over. You know what I mean? With everything.
yeah.
You know what I mean? With everything, the hearts or whatever. I'm coming to take over. And if you was around that time, I came home and I did that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For
I did exactly that. See, that was a negative though. But I know like my mom's dying, like she always wanted me to finish school, so that was my motivation.
She did.
To get my bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, "Yo, regardless of what, get your bachelor's."
Right.
So that was, you know, some motivation me to do positive shit. So it depends, but I know this last bit for sure. When it's like, yo, like when I first came home, it was like I can't do this shit because they catch me, they gonna roof me.
Yeah.
They gonna roof me. So it's like I just, you know, quit cold turkey and just focused on the brand. I actually got another business too, 721 Rentals, but you know, that's a whole nother story.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, though.
So it's safe to say, you know, your mom's passing. Tammy, rest in peace to Tammy. We love Tammy.
Sure.
That was, well, of course, a major event in your life that it motivated you to get your degree and stay out of jail and do what you
for
gotta
sure.
do.
And get up off my ass, because it's like, you know, like, see, like everybody's story is different. Like, you know, me and my mom was like this.
Yeah.
So it's like when you lose that person that you like this with, it's like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to, because nobody love you like your mom. So it's like, you got to. It's like you got to, bro. So it's like, that should be on my mind. Like, even when I be feeling like, man, fuck it and crash out, I think about mama love. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Taylor!
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's different motivation. But as far as the youth, it's like, what I could tell the youth is like, you gotta like try to learn how to decipher who's who early, because you got some older people, like, you know, who you gonna look up to who could steer you in the wrong way,
Right.
and then you got the older cats that tell you the right thing and steer you in the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And growing up, like, we kind of had both, like, good older cats and bad older cats, but our bad older cats, that's just all they knew too. So it's not like they
it's not their fault.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So it's like,
A lot of people can only teach what they
know.
do.
Exactly.
Right.
so it's like kids, it's like the youth, it's like the streets ain't it, like, you know. So if there's a route that you could go without having to get it through the streets, is like, take that route. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a whole different era. Like, we ain't have none of this shit growing up. Coming up, we ain't have this technology. Motherfuckers getting rich off the grand.
Rich off
Going viral. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had that, bro.
I swear to God, we did.
was listening to...
All we had was us.
Yeah, we was listening
You know what I'm saying?
to Jeezy. We trying to get some drug money. You trying to...
Kingpins. We looked up to the gangsters.
You trying to put people in the hospital, all types of shit. So that's what we was... You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, it's money. It's so much money right now. It's like, they don't even gotta go that way. So it's like, just for the youth, it's just like, you know who's who and what's
That's very
what.
important.
And,
who's that's key.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you're gonna be fine. That's it. And be you.
That was 30.
Yeah,
that was 30. That was
gotta
30.
be
That was
sure.
30. That's 30.
Go ahead. Sure.
All right, now I'm gonna pass it on to you. To bro. You another person who I know very well. And your story is authentic. You've been through a lot of pain as well. So I want you to take us to when, and see, we was older than you, so watching you, we really saw the majority of your shortcomings as far as, you know, you running around doing what you was doing. But for you, because only you would know, what were some things that happened to you that changed your mind frame and said, you know what, I can't keep doing this? Or something that even inspired you to want to be in the street, and then what inspired you to say, all right, I need to go in and get in the shower and rid myself of.
As far as
what I
being
know.
inspired to be in the streets, we were just talking about eras, right?
You know,
cut it out. Man. But talking about eras, like when I was young, everybody that you looked at, or everybody that was respected or well known or had some type of love in the community was somebody that was in the streets. So it goes back to the glorification. Like everybody that had the nice cars, all the materialistic stuff, these were people that was in the streets. The majority of people that we know that are working individuals had basic things.
Right.
So now, naturally you want the glitz and the glamour. So that's part of it. Got you out there. Then early on, with me having an older brother and hearing certain stories of things he went through, it caused me to develop a certain feeling towards people in other neighborhoods,
right,
based upon what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother got 18 years on me, so a lot of them dudes' kids is my age. So that's what started a lot of that for me.
Yeah.
As far as what changed me, and I always like to use the word grow. I don't never like to use the word change, because change is almost like something completely different. I'm still the same individual, I just have a different mind frame.
Right.
So now with that being said, like when I went up on this last one, as you know, but I've never been the type to stress doing no bid. Like that ain't me. But when I went on this one, on my first state bid, an older dude said, did you ever apologize to your mom? And I'm like, for what? He like, for what you putting her through. I didn't understand. So when I went up on this bid, and this is actually something that I never really even spoken. When I went up on my last state bid and my mom's is coming up and I see her losing weight and I see her aging, I knew that was a direct result of what I was doing, what I was putting her through. So at the end of the day, it was, I could bear the pain, but I couldn't bear knowing what I was putting her through. And then, you get to a point where it's like, early on, what I expected jail to be, it wasn't. That's part of what also helped me change. When, the no ratting, the no homos, the no rapos, the no this, when you get in there and you see everything is opposite of what you believe it to be, and you around everything you despise, it's like, I can't change the system. The only thing I could change or stop is me from coming in here.
Right.
So, once I got the mind state of I don't want to come back, I started developing plans on how I wasn't going to come back, and that's where the fitness thing came into play. That's where the dog kennel came into play. So that's what happened that last state bid. And then, being a 2-time violent felon and hearing a judge, if you come back in front of me, your next one you might not go home off of that, definitely played a major part, because you got some people in the streets that can't do nothing else.
Right.
None of us ever been stupid, so it's like with me having other outlets, just not exhausting them, I said, you know what, let me go home and see what I could do in a different route. That's what did it.
And this is why this episode is so special to me, because between the three of us, and not even just the three of us, like our whole campaign, as far as everybody who we network with, there's not too much, like there's something for everybody when it comes to qualifications of what somebody would deem as street life. We overqualified. Now we at that point now where we realize, like, listen, because you got to understand, when it comes to, and I'm going to just give y'all a brief history lesson, when it comes to things like the Constitution, the people, the first words of the Constitution, it didn't include us. So when they say the people as far as the laws and different things like that, that don't got nothing to do with minorities. So with us knowing that, we know that our secret organizations and societies and our way of life, as far as urban, because the culture is start from the pavement. So when you hear this word culture and things of that nature, it starts in the streets. If you look at our favorite rap artists, see what they rapping about in the beginning of their career. Like, I know guys who never stepped foot in the streets but could quote Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album from top to bottom. Everything starts right here on the soil. It's just you got to be able to grasp those lessons without sometimes sticking your hand in the fire. The whole design of what they let us do was designed to trap us. You know what I'm saying? It was designed to get us sent this way, that way, send us to jail. That's all money for them. On top of, we create all of these laws of what we supposed to do and what we not supposed to do, just to turn around and get trapped by, people of another culture and go against that whole campaign. So now you get guys who oh, street life, street life, street life. Then they get street tested, and then now they playing by the next person's rules, the plain people colors rules, and then they give up all the minorities, which we call that snitching in today. So it's all designed to make us self-destruct.
Systematic abuse.
It's systematically, because there's not too many people that's really holding themselves to that standard when it comes to the streets. There's not a lot of people with 100 years holding, they all giving it up.
Yeah.
So it's really insane. It's really a form of suicide when you think about it. But we taught this from
And
young.
you gotta understand, like the system, like this shit been aimed to destroy us since slavery. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, you got the slaves in the field, then you got the house dude.
Yeah.
House dude is black. He's telling on the slaves in the field. So it's like it's all the trickle down effect. The only way that could change is like the good brothers at EYL would say, collaboration. We come together like bro. Like he'll be like, yo, nigga, it don't take nothing to post my shit, bro. And I'm not doing it purposely. It's just like sometimes I'll not be on there and I not think about it. You know what I'm saying? But if I was doing it more, his
reach.
Yeah, his business could expand. But it's like I also like we had been like, say if there was one time I was in the show, I seen a female, she had a Frenchie. She was like, oh yeah, but when I'm talking, I'm like, yo, check out my man, who I get. But it's like you got to do it on all levels because collaboration is key.
I think we got to
stick
together.
Collaboration is key.
There's major strength in numbers, and when it comes to that, right, to touch on that, you might not realize, like anytime I get a chance with any of my brother's businesses, any of y'all businesses, I'm going to run it by a person that I feel like is beneficial. Or if I see an opportunity for you, I'm going to always run it by because it's beneficial for you. So now you got a lot of people, and this is outside of us, you got a lot of people. Well, we just take people in general, friends. This goes back to nothing's normal. I would say it should be normal to do this, but it may not be normal. So this is why you got to come together and speak on certain things.
Communication.
Right. Exactly. So now we watch 3 dudes, well, more than 3, but 3 main dudes from our neighborhood all blow up, all by coming together and helping each other. We just spoke on EYL. Shout out to the whole campaign.
Shout out to the guys.
They blew up because they worked together. This one had this skill set. This one had this skill set. This one has this skill set. And they came together. How could we all benefit? So now you got certain faces there. That's why I said it's really bigger than the 3 that you see. Because you got a lot of faces behind the scene that's playing a part. So now you spoke on, like, I got a lot to do with things you got going on, like.
Big time.
You got the skill to stand hands boxing. I got a creative mind. Last name Still. So let's get into that real quick. Last name Still. Boxing. Still hands boxing. So you take his last name and then you add it in. We even spoke on the logo, like, you know how you got the boxing gloves, the 2 boxing gloves. Instead of doing boxing gloves, you could do the hands with the chains wrapped around it. Still hands boxing. So now that don't got nothing to do with me. That don't affect me in no way.
Check my
shape,
resume
or form.
too.
That don't affect me in no way, shape, or form. But this my brother, and I want to see him win, so I'm gonna do what I could to help.
Right. I mean, look at any championship. Look at any team, period. You got a point guard, you got a shooting guard, you got a power forward, a small forward, and the center. If the center does anything outside of trying to rebound and set screens, I mean, you got certain phenomenal centers who could bring the ball up, but the center's job is the center's job. Everybody got a job to do. So with your team, everybody got to focus on their job, man. I don't think the motherfucking center should be worried about, the point guard brought the ball up more than me. That's what he's supposed to do. Yeah. And I don't think the point guard should be saying, damn, how the fuck did the center get more rebounds than me? Like, I want those highlights. That's when shit start getting messy. Everybody worked on perfecting your role. I don't give a fuck with his role. I give a fuck, but I'm going to let him do his thing. I know what his skill set is. I'm going to let him do his thing. And if he shines before I shine, that's great. That's great. I'm going to love that. Him too. If he have 30, 20, and 9, and I have 10, 10, and 10, and we win the game, that's cool. I don't give a fuck who got the credit.
Yeah. Also, egos. You know, like if a team could come together with no egos,
It's a powerful team.
Beautiful. Like, cause it's like, all right, boom, he got what he got going on. Say if he get crazy, my ego, I try to outshine. That's gonna tear stuff apart. You know what I'm saying? So if a team, if you
ego is what kills most teams.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why growth is so necessary, because if these plants is growing and then the other plants stop growing, you're gonna feel inferior by nature. And that's one of the worst things, as far as worst characteristics a man can have, is feel inferior. I don't give a fuck if it was P. Diddy sitting right here and Jay-Z sitting right here and fucking Dame Dash right there and fucking Justin Timberlake over there, my man Alec. I'm Spinks. I'm cool, bro. Like, we ain't got time to be doing none of that. So, that's why it's kind of, you can't let, any relationship, you got to constantly grow.
Crazy? A lot of people also go wrong, because the piggyback off that, a lot of people go wrong comparing the next person's success to theirs.
Yeah.
You are a boxer.
Yeah.
However far you go in that, that's not my thing.
Got me in the gym.
Like that has nothing to do with me. So why would I compare how fast I'm succeeding in my dog business to how fast he's building his clothing brand? They're two different lanes. So mine may naturally take a little longer, or it may naturally go faster. They're two different lanes. And even if we was in the same lane, see, I don't have a jealous mind state. I don't have an envious mind state. I actually, like, on a daily, like, part of my daily wake up is I follow a lot of major breeders. I don't look at them with envy. I'm looking at them because this is actually something I said the other day. There's a lot of money to be made in innovation. Most people go wrong trying to come up with something brand new. There's nothing new under the sun. Most people that are rich today took somebody else's formula and added a twist to it, made it more efficient and effective.
Burger King, Wendy's.
So now, all these is really the same thing. They just put their twist on it. So now, I look at breeders that's doing what I want to do. I follow their programs. I take what I feel like would be beneficial. And I wouldn't say that I look for flaw, but I look for things that I could change to make it even better. But I don't never look and say, I'm not a person that's big on undermining the next person's success. That's their success. They did what they got to do to get there. So.
And that's another thing. A lot of times, we'll want what somebody else have, but not want to go through the process that a motherfucker went through.
They won't even know the process.
These niggas' processes was I'm a nigga like, that 120 days in Valhalla broke me. I'd never go against the code ever in my life. That has a lot to do with why I moved the way I moved too, because I know I'm keeping it, my nuts is gonna be right on the table. I know I'm holding it down. A lot of guys not holding it down, they taking the easy way out. So I'd rather not even put myself in that position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these guys, state, federal time. I did my little punk ass county bid and came home, and that was it. I don't want to. So for me to want what they got, I would have to live their lifestyle. I don't know if my psyche can handle locking in and letters and phone calls and losing touch with loved ones and just not being around. Like, we take a lot of shit for granted. Like, going in the refrigerator, taking a piss until all that type of shit is taken from you. Like me, I went through, a wild situation where the things we would deem as normal wasn't normal for me. You know what I'm saying? Like waking up and taking a piss, waking up going to the bathroom, waking up and doing a lot of different things, putting your son in the tub. That shit was foreign for me for a while. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for, my son's mom and my man's mom and bro and a few other different people, like, I don't know what I would be. So at the end of the day, if you ain't willing to walk in somebody's shoes, and don't even compare yourself to what they got going on, because there's always shit that you got to read the fine line between the lines that you don't know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Lil Baby said it best. He said, I ain't trying to compete, I'm trying to ball with you. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So it's like he could be like, another good thing about a team is like, all right, say we all on the team. You doing something. He might be the master of what he's doing. You the master of what you're doing. Okay, I still want to learn what he's doing.
Right.
I still want to, I two of the masters, but I still want to learn. You know what I'm saying?
And I might have a bad game. I have a bad game. We still got the dub because these two niggas put on.
Pick up.
I'm cool with that. It's like, well, damn, pinch
good.
me. Let me go sit down some more. Yo, Tailz, hey, bro, go. I mean, tee up out there. That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
And it's also good to expand because it's like, he's probably the most creative. You know what I'm saying? He's the
Don't
personality.
tell him that, bro. We gotta tell him.
I'm a realist. You know,
Michael Jackson, he gonna come outside with a blazer on, moonwalking.
Him and Ice are creative. I get, I'm a realist. He's the personality. I can't describe myself, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I would have to let them do that. But me, I was always was a money getter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna figure out a way to
out
get
of everybody, you the most money driven, focused.
I'm gonna figure out a way to get.
If you got $1, he'll do it.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna.
I'm gonna figure out
Cancel
a way.
a few things out, but other than that,
He's with it. You put a price tag on it, he might do it, man. Just don't take me out. All right,
He intoxicated this morning. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Yeah, look, but I'm gonna get me to some money. So it's like we all got different qualities and different traits, and if we learn from each other, and we expand, because at the end of the day, like me, I be closed off to people sometimes, but like at the end of the day, if you the smartest person on your team, I think I learned that from the bros too. Yeah. Shout out Ergen Leisure again. If you the smartest person on your team,
you're in the wrong room.
You need, you know what I'm saying? You need more people on that team, because it's like, who the hell am I gonna be learning from if I'm the smartest person on the team? You feel me? So it's like, it's always good to expand, not have an ego, and move as one. Like,
then if you are the superior in that room, teach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's gonna be times where you're the superior, because and
then kick down doors in other rooms.
Yeah.
Because you could be in more than one room. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my circle, but I'm also rubbing elbows with this, so I could take this information back to my circle.
Yeah,
so don't be afraid to kick down other doors.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
All right. That was dope. I wanna just dive into one more topic. Cause it's when we get back to like culture and just the culture elevating. I feel like a lot of it got to do with music, and I feel like he's my age, so I can have this conversation with him too. Cause one thing about him, he been around us, and he is a reason why he ended up linking with us. Because he can elevate, he can get to the top floor. He's ahead of his time. He wasn't. I mean, him, few of the young boys, Nas. Shout out to the twins. Shout out to all my youngins. Shout out to Dom, my son Duncan Dom. Well, I can't call him Duncan Dom. With Divine Time and Dom, T. Lou, the top, everybody, all the youngins. But when it come to music, and we used to have these debates with the EYL guys a lot too. Like, music is I don't know if I can, me personally, I don't know what I would do without music. Even when I did my little 120 days, I found me a tape player, and I had Usher, I think Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? And also too, cause we guys too, between the three of us, y'all done smell good guys. And the slow jam guys, we listen to R&B. I listen to.
I'm gonna come clean. I feel like I had the best R&B playlist on the federal. You know what I'm saying?
Morris Chestnut over here. He think he got the, and then he got dreads. So off the rip, he just thinks he's the most. He might be in the rain, dancing, twisting, and turning with a robe on somewhere.
Fuck outta here.
You know what I'm saying? With the talk of it coming out to Michael Jackson, I'm bad. But at the end of the day, music for us, cause like our era, I can honestly say like. Cause you got like, shout out to like Blake and the twins and them, like they listen to that old school shit. I don't be like, I ain't gonna say no names to the artists, I don't want nobody to feel no type of way, but they music, like they were back in the 90s with it. Then you got us, we caught like, I could say we started understanding what was going on outside. I could say like the Rough Riders, Jay-Z, not like 01, Stillmatic, Blueprint, like, you know, them times where I started hearing them albums and I knew what they was talking about, like the shit, like the Cormegas and all that shit. When they was rapping, I didn't know what was going on. Like, it was like, okay, it was just noise for me. Yeah. But as far as recollecting, going outside and identifying with what I'm hearing, it was Jay-Z's. In the beginning, you had DMX, Kiss, you had motherfucking, even when we start getting older, Lil Wayne. Like, I want music now is and I like the new music too, but like really music set our standard of how we had to come outside. It wasn't no coming outside with gold streaks, tight ass pants.
Different era.
We couldn't do that. We didn't have social media. That shit wasn't tolerated or accepted. That's why I feel like our generation is so special, because we got concrete
brands through his music.
50, all the G with them smack DVDs.
Wardrobe,
like these
alcohol choices.
50 was different. He came through and just whoosh.
I ain't gonna front. I walked the Kmart and got that. I walked the Kmart and got that.
And and then we gotta go. We can't Ja Rule. I mean, bro, with Ja Rule, you as a kid, you could get a Ja Rule playlist in the party jumping.
But listen. Shout out to the center, man. Skating.
They
put on a Ja Rule joint.
Oh, we lit. We twisted, turning, skating backwards against the wall, getting rollies and all that shit. So all that shit we really had the best of both worlds, but music really played a huge part in our life. Our culture, Dipset, changed niggas' wardrobes, how niggas want to be. So I want to just get into that because I feel like, this generation here, it's a few artists that we could put on that level back then, but music is important in our culture and our society.
For sure.
As far as urban, even Eminem. I was an Eminem nigga. Then you gotta say I'm living in Maryland. I'm fucking with 3 6 Mafia, Boozy. I'm fucking with rap. Period.
Eminem was a legend. I wasn't rocking with Eminem. Now.
See, there's certain Eminem songs like when he going through with Benzino, Nail in a Coffin. You know about that? You know about that, Alex? If you don't know about Nail in a Coffin, bro, you might be Arabic.
Like your bum is on my lips,
Yeah, see, that's like, clown shit, but then he got, Lose Yourself, Renegade.
Yeah, I like him when he's featured on other...
Patiently Waiting.
I like him when he's featured on other songs for sure, like, because he's going crazy, like,
but
on other songs.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm not listening to an Eminem album, no disrespect, he's one of the greatest, but I'm not sitting there just listening.
I fuck with Marshall Mathers LP, I ain't gonna cap.
I ain't listening
That was my shit. But... as far as the music now, I like the music now. Like, we watch the documentaries on the Chicago niggas and all that. But as far as who's some of your favorite artists growing up?
Jeezy.
Jeezy
was my guy.
That was all I got.
Hove, of course. Hove is different. You know what I'm saying? What you want me to do? Like 5? How many?
This is your world. This is the ball. You the point guard. Bring the ball up.
I'm gonna try to come up with 5 who I was really jacking.
Wayne, you was jacking.
Yeah, Jeezy, Wayne, Hove. I ain't gonna front. Like, even though I was young when it came out, I was a huge Biggie fan. I love Big.
Rest in peace, Big.
I ain't gonna front. It's hard for me to name another one, but. I like the whole bunch. I like T.I. I like T.I.
We like T.I. was dope.
Yeah,
Dude, they was fire.
A couple people, of course, the Locks, of course, we grew up on
that's
that.
automatic.
You know what I'm saying?
We seen DMX on the block.
Yeah, DMX pulled up to the hood. That's a fact.
Rest in peace, X. You know what I'm saying? He came through it. He pulled up.
And that good old pickup truck with the teeth on the grill.
Yeah, he had his dog with him and all that. Missy, I think the dog was named.
That was legendary.
Hazel, the one that he had at Kitty Land.
Yeah, the one, he walked through.
After Letho's funeral, rest in peace.
Even before that, he had pulled up a couple years before them.
Yeah, but that's what I have to say though. Jeezy, I ain't gonna front. Jeezy had a heavy impact on me.
Big time.
Big, of course, Hove, Wayne for sure, cause that Wayne went on
that Carter one.
Yo, yeah, shout out to Troy, man. I mean, he put me onto a lot of my music that I rock with. Yeah, Wayne, like the run he went on was just different.
I'm talking about from the albums to the mixtape, to the droughts, to the fucking. Oh man, that nigga is crazy.
Yeah, Wayne was different.
Wayne is goated.
Yeah, I was
speaking about their influence.
So yeah, as far as us, we wanted to be gangsters.
I ain't gonna front, bro. I caught my first.
Now, cause I actually got a question. You name the artist, cause this is what I feel like we should get into versus today. You name the artist that you like.
Yeah, but why
speak on it for themselves.
Like,
speak on it's low. That's the boxing. Cheers, but you ain't gotta guard around me. But speak on how your influence of artists
affected my life.
Affected
what you had going on.
Yeah. And then there was another influence too, like
that's how you know this is my son, because I could damn near answer every question that a nigga ask him.
Growing up on, we grew up on battle rap too. Yeah. So it's like we like Harlem and we like Philly. Like, Philly got NH, Kaboom, Reed Dollars, Meek Mills. Well, y'all know who Meek Mills is.
ARM.
All of them. And then, Harlem had T-Rex.
The Head Ice shit, Pinky Ring knocking, that was our shit.
Facts.
Lux.
Murder Mook.
Lux when he killed Miles.
Goods was my guy though. He from the
Goods too.
Goods
was that nigga.
Like
Goods, yeah.
But like how that shit had an effect, it like, for example, my first little case ever, we was listening to Cassidy on a this is when bro was in Maryland too.
Yeah.
We was listening to Cassidy You know what I mean? We on the bus. I just came back from an AU tournament.
Yeah.
I just came back from an AU tournament. Cassie get you riled up. You know what I mean? So me, Ice, couple of us, we all on the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Like your older sister.
We see a group of kids. You know what I mean? I'm riled up, bro. So I'll go over there, flick the knife out. Yo, give me all y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening off the cast. Got high off the cast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I wasn't even robbing. I'm like, nah, I don't want that shit. I'm just fucking with y'all. But they still called the boys on us. That was my first case. But like music, it plays a big part on society, bro. Like if there was more positive music, these kids wasn't. Look at these kids nowadays, bro. They popping perks. They junkies, bro. Cause what they listen.
I was on that wave. I ain't gonna hold.
And look, everybody drilling because of Chicago. Look, the drill music.
It's a sport now with that shit. It's something to do. It wasn't that many niggas.
Bro, these
we was kids doing that.
Niggas 14, 15. Like you can't play with them. Niggas will shoot you.
So that's the whack part. Yeah. I'm gonna get to you. That's the whack part about because like in life, period, you got to take the good with the bad. And often we complain about the bad, but we embrace the good. We got to embrace both. Social media put all of us at one table. See, back in the days, it was levels. It was like, okay, this group of individuals who does this go over here. Like you didn't have, social media gave a lot of people a lot of different confidence, which is cool. I'm all for the elevation, do your thing, but that's the only one of the downfalls. Like before, it was like, you know, the guys wouldn't press their luck. Now it's like a person who just got somebody 100 years is liable to go do something that could get him 100 years. So back then, everybody kind of stayed in their lane. Now we all in one. We in one function now. Is we all mix and mingling. That's why the streets is so dangerous now, because it's like, you know, you have somebody, like I said, go hit that stand, and then God forbid somebody, you know, make it known they want to blow your head off, and will do so. So it's like, it's really dangerous. You gotta damn near flee. You gotta just stay away. Nice. I think that's the only thing you could do, because you can get killed for stepping on a motherfucker's shoe.
Like social media, you can be anybody who you want. Like for example, what he just pointed out, it was like a couple of years ago. Dude, he owed me like $2,000, some shit like that, and he posted on the gram, yo, niggas running and hiding from me just because they owe me a little money. Like, I'm looking at the post like, what?
Like, it's crazy.
Like, are you serious? Like, so it's like
insane. So that give you an example where a nigga like him who's impulsive could easily, but nah, we gotta. I already see what you're doing. You trying to trap me? I gotta let you live your movie. Whatever movie you got designed in your brain, I gotta let you do that, because me trying to prove to you that your movie is fake could cost me my life. Now, just to get back on topic, what about you when it comes to the music? Like, cause you. I don't know, like your playlists is I don't know, like Rich Homie Quan type nigga, and I fuck with him too. It's like,
you know what it is? A lot of my music choices, I didn't start listening to
guy?
I didn't start listening to drill music until I came home.
Well, drill music is fairly new.
Off my last bit, it been out for years, but I just started really listening to a lot of my artists. With my influences being older, was Kiss, The Locks, when Meek Mills first came out. Even now, but Meek, like I had a crazy Meek run. And then, you know, I was on the Sue Surf wave. And then I started listening to certain underground rappers. But like The Locks and Meek, you know.
I can't let you skip this, bro, because we was 18 when this came out, which would have made you 14. Soulja Boy era 07, bro. You can't tell me you wasn't Soulja Boy.
Yeah, but I wasn't Soulja Boy. Nah, see, I wasn't Soulja Boy crazy.
You can't tell me you wasn't chicken noodle soup.
I wasn't crazy about none of that.
There's files out there, bro.
Listen to what
Get
I wasn't.
All kind of shit.
Well, okay, listen. This is my era.
Chris Breezy was out like.
See, I was a Chris Brown fan heavily.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy about none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
What about you?
Me, music wise.
Yeah, because
I'm all because see, now here's the thing, right?
You like Gucci Man. I ain't like Gucci Man.
And I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want nobody to feel no way. But like, I was the first like half of my life. You know, I was raised by a single woman. Like, you know, it's safe to say, you know, we as black men sometimes we take our black women on tour. Mm-hmm. So for those who don't know what on tour means, that's Mr. On Tour. I get on to that tour in another episode, but. You know, it just goes to do with influence. So she playing a lot of What's the 411, Mary J, Mariah Carey, a lot of that, you know, music from the original, I would say like hurt woman music.
Oh, okay.
Like
before
now,
Keisha
before Keisha Cole's, the K Michelle's, and see now it's fucked up. The women is fighting back. You got
fighting back.
Glorilla, they cremating
They
niggas.
winning.
That shit wasn't. We ain't had that back in the days. Back in the days, women were still crying and going to therapy and doing this. Now they going to fuck Brother Philam and MC Cheesesteak and then call it a day. There ain't nothing you can do about it. But so and then skating too. So I'm into a lot of slow music. As far as rappers, I really listen to everything, bro. I'm really not the new school shit. Jay-Z was my favorite rapper.
How did music affect your life? Like, what certain music affects your life?
So I could say, okay, because then you got Max B. So like the harder I'll say the prime of us running around outside was 50.
Yeah, 50. How did I not?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
That Get Rich or Die Trying was...
Get Rich, that was 03.
Was different.
50 changed the narrative and had us like, no, just fuck that slow shit.
Yeah.
All that shit was kind of,
Yeah, 50
for lack of a better word, that shit was gay to us. Like, oh, nah, we good over it. Well, even though when you fast forward, Ja Rule was really on to something back in them days.
50 did it. 50 demolished
kinda did the
the point
same
that
shit
took his
too.
whole
Yeah, 50 was
campaign.
doing the same shit too.
It's
But
genius.
he
Get into amusement
He didn't
park,
really do that
candy
shit
shop.
on Get Rich or Die Trying though.
Nah, he was hard. He was hard
He
body.
went
Even
crazy.
Cassidy,
Yeah,
Cassidy was
different, yeah.
nigga. What?
Yeah.
So I can honestly say like 50. That made me want to be tough. And then coming up in the Berg, see, I had moved from the Berg for some time. So when I moved back, I was the new nigga again. So it was like I had to adapt to the times. So one thing about Greenberg is, I don't know about this new Greenberg shit, but it's very territorial. Greenberg is a territory. If you're not from there, it ain't gonna be no just welcome with open arms. It's like, okay, like you gotta have some sort of kin. Everybody who run through the Berg, somebody knows somebody aunt, somebody mom, somebody's family member, somebody something. Ain't no a stork just dropping you off in the Berg and you getting the job and you hustling and then you gonna fuck some Greenberg bitches. That shit wasn't allowed. So, the music up here was 50. Banks was our guy. The whole G unit. Even Yayo.
I ain't gonna front. I fuck with Young Buck.
Niggas
too.
like,
That's
yo,
my guy.
what? Straight out of Cashville?
Yeah.
Yayo, niggas like Yayo and Sheik don't get enough credit. They got legendary
I ain't
verses.
gonna front. There was some times there was like a run Sheik went on when he was going crazy.
Destroying
he
shit.
was going crazy.
Destroying
but I really
shit.
was rocking with Styles hard because like
His style.
I used to work out the Styles all the time. I forgot what mixtape it was, but I forgot what. I don't know if that was like.
Them niggas got a million mixtapes.
This is when I was living in 33, bro. Styles had this one mixtape. I forgot what it was, bro, but I used to do push-ups to that shit all the time.
You one of the first niggas working out for our age, too.
Yeah.
That shit for me came a little bit later. You had to weight bench 15, 14.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Medicine Ball. So yeah, I can honestly say we tough music. The DVD era, the stack bundles.
Yes.
Fab was a fly nigga. I really wasn't on that wave. It was all tough shit. So I could say 50, Beanie Siegel. Like I'm a Street Wars nigga. I don't know if y'all up on Street Wars. P Cutter Street Wars mixtapes. That was all the beef shit. So I was a nigga with a computer too. I had the LimeWire back in the day, Kazaa, you know what I'm saying, Fruity Loops and all that shit, huh?
Shit that you and Ice was watching?
Me and Ice was watching the DVDs. Me and Ice was DVD niggas. We had the crack DVD and the smack DVDs with all that shit. I'm talking about like downloading music, nigga, and when that's what I know about beats. That's what I'm a hip hop phenomenon. But all of the tough shit, it just made you want to go outside and put your white beat on and be a gangster. And Jeezy, niggas like Jeezy had us ready to get money.
Yeah, Jeezy, I would say that he had the most impact on me.
It was that trap shit.
I was trying to hustle. Like,
Yeah. Max B, niggas wanted to get their Dipset, gave niggas a wardrobe, swag.
I ain't never wore pink though. Shout out to Cam. I ain't never did that.
As like we got older, I ain't never wear a whole pink shirt.
You ain't have a big pink tee?
I had not a pink tee.
There
But
was
the
a
way
couple
Cam
niggas doing
did it,
that,
and
though,
I really
huh?
mean it, I would have took that fit off the mannequin and put that shit on.
You know, I ain't never wear pink though. Shout out to Killer though.
Yeah, shout out Cam as a
Yo, can we get into this though? What you feel about how the West perceives gangbanging on the East?
the culture. So I think, like I said, that's just anywhere. Like if we was, let's use our shit, GBA the campaign, our campaign, GBA. How would we feel if one of us moved out there and there was a GBA West and then niggas start making their own rules? Naturally, we would feel a way about that because this is our structure.
Sure.
So it's just really about nothing's normal. Everybody New York got their way. Everybody put a twist on. Yeah, they started it, but New York. Now I'm not saying us. I mean, not us. We speaking for New York. New York got his own twist, just like hip hop started on the East.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But they got it started on the East. But then you got NWA,
And it goes on with
you
that
got
in the rap
DOC,
game, too,
you got So everybody got their own thing. So it's really just it's ignorance.
But like
Even
bro
the South,
said, like
The South got their own way.
Yeah, the South, the
like
South
bro
style
said, it's
music.
like nothing is
original.
is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're gonna take something and just put our own twist. Like
Ideas.
how we do over here.
Innovate. That's innovation.
Yeah, we
A lot of shit started on the East Coast.
yeah, the fashion shit, or like
A lot of
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah. All right, what about you, broski? How you feel about that shit? Same shit. Follow.
I'm a person I can see both sides. I get both sides. I
Yeah.
get why they would feel some way because this is something that they started, originated. But I also see with growth and expansion, it's always going to be change. That's automatic. So, and not for nothing, this goes back to our dynamics are different here. So, of course, it's going to be different because our dynamics, things that we can't control, just the way our neighborhoods are set up and things of that nature. Like down there, they more care about streets and things of that nature. Up here, we could all be from the same neighborhood, but we care about our specific circle.
Right.
So I get why things change, and I also just anytime you take, once again, like you just spoke on fashion, you take fashion, the way we dress up here and the way they dress in other states is totally different. To them, what they doing is fly. To us, we might not like it. Nothing's normal. Normal is just what you used to. Right. So now, that's what they see, that's what they're on. They'll look at us like we not fly. Or they'll look at us like we not represent whatever we represent correctly. In all reality, that's just how it goes.
It is also about how you go about it. Homage needs to be paid. I don't know.
Respect.
Yeah, so that's usually where shit be going wrong. People will just snatch something without giving the motherfucker their credit. So to that I can understand, but like I said, we men ain't nobody asking shit. Motherfuckers is just taking. Mm-hmm. But this episode was dope. We could stand here. We'd be here for all day because we brothers. This is just how we kick it. Yeah. Nothing's Normal podcast. Tailz, Ratch, signing out. Yeah.